Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Browns Talk. I wanted to get these started earlier this year, and it's just been a little bit of a rough time ever since football season started. I had a lot going on, so finally gonna get around to it at basically the worst time possible after our worst performance of the year got smacked down by the Patriots. Uh, it especially sucks because it's coming off of our best game of the year against the Bengals. I got to go to that one with my son and my wife, and it was a great time. So, just a really weird experience to have your best game and your worst game back to back like that. It's not what I was expecting today for sure. The big motivator for me wanting to finally get these started again was the narratives that, like when we got rid of Odell, oh, we're suddenly way better because we did play really good against the Bengals. Obviously, Odell wasn't the only problem. And then you got people, Baker's the problem. I wouldn't say that Baker was the main problem today. He did have a bad interception. It was really bad. He seemed like he was getting it back together there after that rough first quarter. It wasn't terrible, but at the end of the day, I think that there's just a lot bigger problems than one person we need to be worried about. The whole offense just never seems to click. The offensive line's not playing as good as they were last year. They keep getting PFF graded really high, and you'll see, flashes of it and individual people playing good, but Jedrick is not playing well this year, especially in pass protection. Blake Hance is doing what he can, but he's not supposed to be in there. We're paying Jack Conklin a lot of money to be in there, and he hasn't been a lot this year. So the running game was good to start the day, so it's hard to blame Dearness for that, especially when Kevin just goes away from the run. And I don't think it's just Kevin. I think AVP's involved with that too. And Stump and Chad O'Shea, I think they're all on the same page. That's the gist of what they've all said all the time. So that's another thing. People always want to, AVP should start calling plays because we won that Steelers game. Well, we got a lot of scores in that Steelers game on short fields because Big Ben threw 4 interceptions, and we got a free touchdown at the beginning of the game. Even with that 28-point lead, they brought it down to, 8? We played not great in the second half of that game, and most of our scores, like I said, were kind of handed to us. So I think it's a problem within the offense that, changing the voice in Baker Mayfield's ear talking to him is probably not going to fix. I think that they have a philosophical problem that they all share that needs to be worked out. But, like I said, we get out there, and Dearness basically gives us that touchdown by running all over the field on him. And later in the game, when you're down by a lot of points, it's whatever. But then we come back out and we are barely running. That game was still in reach, and we're running empty sets over and over again and stuff. It's just the coaching just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I don't get it. The defensive coaching last week was pretty great. This week was terrible again. The play calling's just not good. You got Miles doing stuff he shouldn't be doing. You got this really soft coverage on a lot of plays that ends up giving up third downs when the defense is played fine up until then. Our third down splits are amazing. I don't understand any of that. We have one of the best defenses in the NFL on first and second down, and then every third down we just give it up like nothing. There's no way we can get off the field. When we do, there's a penalty. And like the Greg Newsome pass interference, to be fair, that was not pass interference, so we should have got him off the field there. But one time isn't enough to, you can't blame the refs for all the other times you failed to get him off the field. So I don't know. I think everybody just wants a simple solution, and I think maybe that's a product of being a Browns fan for a long time. I don't know. That's kind of how we've handled a lot of stuff, but I don't think you just get a different quarterback, everything's going to be fine unless you get Aaron Rodgers or something. I don't think you just change who's calling the plays and everything's going to be fine. I do think that Joe Woods is it's hard to, like, the last few weeks we've held teams to low amounts of points, but it's hard to excuse huge losses like this where you're getting 40 points scored on you. Like in the Chargers game, the offense is playing good, the defense can't do anything. They're just letting Mike Williams get free open touchdowns. So, I don't know. I think there's changes that can be made defensively. We should be playing more man coverage probably. I know he doesn't want to do that, but we probably should be. It worked very well against the Bengals. Offensively, none of the play calling ever makes sense. You get down to the 1 yard line and you don't run the ball. And we run a trick play to Johnny Stanton and then we throw the ball over and over again. Like, Dearness got you all the way down there. You're not going to run it at all. None of it feels right. So, I don't know. I think Baker didn't have a great game, but I don't know that that's going to fix everything. I think Kevin had another terrible game, which has been a theme a lot of this year, which sucks because, Coach of the Year last year, everybody thought that this was going to be a really set in stone thing, that Kevin was going to be the coach and he's great and all that, and well, he has not proven that this year, and I really liked Kevin, so I don't know. I hope he can figure it out, but I'm getting real tired of every week in a press conference just hearing I need to put him in a better position to make plays. But then do something, dude, because we're always going to have spurts where the offense works really good because we have a lot of really good players. Donovan's going to get open for these huge touchdowns. Baker's going to throw some dimes. Sometimes he just has games where he's on it the whole game. Sometimes he doesn't. He's definitely not a consistent quarterback all the time. But you can't just rely on getting bailed out by stuff like that. The schedule's too hard this year. It's just not going to work. So there just needs to be bigger changes than one thing. I think that's the main point I want to get across to people. It's not that simple. And it's got to happen soon if we want to have a playoff run again, because that's going to start slipping away. Right now, we're still in it. Nobody's pulling ahead. Every AFC North team has lost, and the Bengals didn't play this week, but we beat them last week, so that gives us an up on them. Like, we're all still right next to each other in record. So it's still within reach, but you got the Lions next week. If you play like you did today, the Lions are going to beat you. And I doubt that'll happen, but then you got back-to-back games against the Ravens. So it's now or never. Gotta get stuff together. Crappy time for it to happen. You'd wish that last week we would have kind of woken up and kind of gone on a tear like we did last year, but it wasn't meant to be, I guess. So I will get back to doing these every week for the rest of the season unless something else catastrophic happens. We're hoping that's all behind us for this year because we've gone through a lot. But thanks for listening. If you like highlight videos and stuff and you're new here, check out my other videos. I got a lot of highlight videos and stuff, even one of me being real excited about OBJ coming back that didn't turn out so well. But I hit some of them and I missed some of them. What can you do? But give the video a like, subscribe if you want to hear more. I'll be on here every week before and after the games from now on to talk, and hopefully I'll be on another couple channels here soon. I'm working on getting that set up. So, all right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Go Browns.